We have indeed been waiting for this film for a very, very long time. Some people will say it's only been a year, you know, it's been pushed back. Other people would say it's been a decade people have been wanting this movie for. I'm probably someone who lies in the middle there. I don't think Black Widow probably needed her own film, but I do think if it feeds the universe and if it's better for the MCU that she has a film and the story bleeds through to the other movies, then obviously it's worth doing. And with this one, the odd thing is, I feel Marvel and Disney have kind of had to take the L here box office wise to be like, no, we can't stagnate the MCU anymore. We can't hold off putting out this movie because it will affect our future films if this film does have a lot of repercussions for phase 4 of the MCU. It might sound crazy, but I do feel we might be in for maybe the first box office underperformance of a film since The Incredible Hulk. And that was right at the beginning. Hey, NarendraTheComic here, right now we're just going to be reacting to this new trailer from Black Widow. As I said there, a lot of facts spat there, a lot of honesty going on in that introduction, but this is a new trailer, as I said, for Black Widow. It's been a long time since the last one came out. I am hyped for this movie. I want to see what they do with it because I always question these retroactive fits, and this is definitely a retrofit to before Avengers Endgame and maybe before Infinity War. So let's get to this bad boy. Let's go.
You don't know everything about me.
No, we don't. We know very little.
A lot of lives. Before I was an Avenger. Before I got this family. I made
Cool
mistakes.
shots.
Choosing between what the world wants you to be.
Probably the roughest scene from Endgame. For me.
And who you are. To go back to where it all started.
Where did you think I was all this time?
We have unfinished business.
My girls are the toughest girls in the world.
I'm sorry. We had our orders and we played our roles.
It wasn't real.
It was real to me. To me, you were everything.
Bring her home.
Was that Ray Winston?
Put your seatbelts on. She's such a mom.
One thing's for sure. I'm done running from my past.
Wow, they have changed that logo there. Looks better. July 9th. Yeah, this is the odd thing about this stuff because there's a big question, and I've said it before, and it's a lot of stuff that I've read over the last year saying the billion-dollar movie might not be a thing anymore. And that was before the pandemic hit. That was before everything changed with the way we live our lives and the way we could be living our lives come the next, 5 years or so. That maybe the idea of a billion-dollar movie just isn't really plausible. Unless you're looking at these giant franchises, even then there might be a law of diminishing returns with them. But now with the premiere access from all these different platforms, HBO Max, Netflix don't release films in cinemas generally, and Disney, if they're going to put their new films on their services as well as in cinemas, there's no way the cinema films in theaters are going to make the money they were making before. Like, it's not that this movie will be a flop in cinemas, but I can't see this film making 500+ million, which is where it probably needs to break even at least to be able to be considered some type of success. And with the premiere access, maybe that's going to eat into that number. Maybe this film could overperform in cinemas and make more money than I'm saying, but I can't really see it. If they make 100 million from, direct to home, that's equivalent to maybe, 160 in cinemas, 170, because of the way the cuts are done. So maybe it's better for them to go direct. But the box office numbers are going to take a hit, and there's no two ways around that. So I think eventually streaming services are going to have to notify and tell people how many people watch their shows legally, because Netflix and Disney can just say it's our biggest show ever and lie, because the internal figures are their internal figures. They have no right to report on them. But if people are buying the stock because of the figures they're telling us they have, or if people are saying Disney's doing really well because of this or any other reason, and it's off of false information potentially, I'm not saying it is, but I'm saying there has to be some type of proper reporting on these numbers, like there is with TV, like there is with box office and film, because there's like a missing link here with the way they structure themselves. And it's not Disney. This is how the streaming services have run themselves forever. You know, there's no transparency really with their viewership numbers. It's what they decide to give us. And they can say what they want marketing-wise. It's just like a snowball down a hill. The more you say something is good, and the more you say people have watched something, the more likely people are going to watch that product. So this looked like a good trailer at least. I do think the CGI looked much, much better. It's not really even comparable. The air scenes, her jumping through the air, they look much more polished. So that's what you get when you have more time. And there were emotional beats to this trailer, alright? I mean, the Hawkeye scene with Black Widow was, I said, the most emotional scene. Somehow to me, watching that scene there, it was quippy, there were jokes, but it was so heavy for some reason for me. Even compared to the Tony scene, I would put them equal, the Black Widow death scene and Tony's scene. And I don't think she gets the respect from this film, because I think she was really, really good in it, and her character was... Some people don't like it. I think it was great and full circle, and while I wish she'd been kept alive in the universe, and the Gamora thing, her being alive but not being alive in the current timeline, but in this alternate timeline she's alive from there so she can come into this new timeline, I don't know, I didn't like that. I wish Gamora had not come back either, even though I liked her character in Infinity War a lot. I think that they kind of messed up by allowing Gamora to come back, because then it doesn't make sense as to why a version of Black Widow cannot come back in the future. But there seems to be a lot of familial things here, a lot of different tones going on. Plus, we got a look of Taskmaster, and I don't know who Taskmaster is. I don't know who's going to be playing Taskmaster. I don't know what's going on with the storyline, honestly. You really don't know much, but I did think I saw Ray Winston for the first time in this trailer, so, you know, I do like him. I like me some Ray Winston. Underrated actor. I do think he's underrated. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, then Taskmaster himself is going to come after you. You don't want that. No, you really don't. So just subscribe anyway to avoid that. I've been NarendraTheComic. You've been Graham. We'll see you next time. That's tomorrow. If you don't know, make a video every single day. You've been doing it every day for over 1,000 days now. We ain't stopping till we get to 10,000 subscribers. So do subscribe. But back again tomorrow for some more quality shitty content, because we're hashtag never not here. Just how it goes. Also bring the Bagwas. Bagwas means nonsense in Punjabi, and we also bring that. We bring a lot, we bring a little, we do a lot, we do a little, but we do indeed bring the quality shitty content on a daily basis. So see you tomorrow, because there'll be more of the same, but slightly different, but essentially the very same. Once more, we are indeed consistent. See you tomorrow. Skadoosh.